What's up, guys? Give me 1 second while I do something here real quick. Then we can start it up. Not sure if that even worked. I don't even know. I'm trying to do a link to get into the chat room for some, but I don't know. I don't even know if it works or not. We'll see what happens if people are able to get in. I'm not sure if that even worked, but we'll see what happens. So, what's going on, guys? It's Friday. Today's September 21st. I needed to get away from the television, man. This whole Baker Mayfield Cleveland thing is just, oh, man, it's tough being a Jet fan, but I kind of figured it always happens to us, man. It's just, came out, defense looked good. Man, I just think the biggest thing with the Jets is in all the years that I've watched, we don't let the quarterback throw the ball. We don't. We throw bull crap 2-yard screen passes and expect somebody to do something. Baker Mayfield came out within 5 seconds and started throwing darts down the field. Why aren't we letting Sam Darnold do it? Attention, Jets. Let your quarterback throw. Stop with the garbage 2-yard screens. Stop with the pitch to the left. We get it. They know your plan already. We're like the most obvious team in America. It's absolutely sickening, man. What a headache, man. And not only that, I gotta watch the Red Sox celebrate on our field, on the Yankees field. Man, talk about wanting to just go to sleep and not watch anything. Between the Jets and the Yanks last night, man, that's why I have my Knicks shirt on, man. Maybe they'll do something better because I don't think we can get any worse than these other two people, these other two teams, man. A guy just said it to me on Facebook. The Jets played to lose last night. That's what they did. In the second half, they didn't play to win. They played not to lose. The Browns should have been happy that Tyrod Taylor, got hurt because he wasn't doing nothing. Man, but I'll tell you one thing. I always give props where they belong. Baker Mayfield he's going to be good. You're going to see him in a lot of my lineups because him and Landry. They're going to be a nice little combination. So get Baker Mayfield in there. They're letting him throw, and he didn't have a touchdown pass yesterday, but he sure got them into in that red zone a lot and quick. Just awful night. But I had Darnold on fantasy, 4 points. I thought he was going to do a little bit better. Just the Monday Thursday slate was awful with Seattle and Chicago, and then having to deal with the Jets and Cleveland, and then what I'm noticing right now from when I do FanDuel is Thursday to Monday, I'm basically, I'm doing a couple of players. Like I don't know. I guess just the game was just bad last night. I had Quincy Enunwa, I had Darnold. I guess I should have had Crowell as a revenge game, but I wasn't even thinking about him. It's just that two-headed running back thing. Really, it frustrates me. I'm like, are they gonna give it to Powell? Are they gonna give it to Crowell? I guess with him coming from Cleveland, I should have known. Thank you for putting the football on your ass and getting us a whole bunch of penalties. Tremaine Johnson. I mean, how many penalties did this dude get us? How many unsportsmanlike conducts did we have in that game last night? If you can't tell, I'm just frustrated. I'm a frustrated Jets fan. I'm a frustrated Yankee fan right now. Although it is one game. Oh man, it was just crazy. This week we got, it's a new. I think the Yankees play Baltimore tonight, which is nice. Jets, I don't have to worry about them at all, thank God. I think the biggest thing this week is, NFL's going to hit. Guys, we killed it last week. I don't know if you're looking at my screenshots. If you're not, take a look at them. They're there. Customers. I think one guy, was around 4,000 last week. 20 bucks for Sunday only, 25 for the week with the multiple lineups that I send is absolutely a steal for you. Um, we're just winning a lot of money, and we're going to keep winning. People are joining. People are starting to see what I do. I don't know how. I've been around for 4 years, and I've been doing this for 4 years. So all the new people that haven't noticed who I am, I'm the Fever. And, we're going to get this party started. We'll talk a little baseball today. Baseball is probably the most frustrating right now just because it's, all these September call-ups, all these people that have nothing to play for, all these people that, you really have to really look into who's playing for what, who's sitting when, who's doing this. So, I can give you the gist of everything of who I like and what I do, but are they going to be in the lineups? I don't know. Are they going to really play hard right now, but knowing that they maybe clinch the playoff spot, or there are teams that are going for playoff spots? So that's something that at this point in time we really got to key on. So let's take a rundown by looking at these games real quick. It looks like a kind of a tough slate. Yanks Baltimore. Yanks are playing for a playoff spot. Obviously they got a 5.91 run total. Sabathia versus Ramirez. Get as many Yankees in there as you can. Stanton hit a grand slam yesterday, so maybe he'll go on a tear and start hitting home runs. You never know. But get him early. I'm not taking anybody on Baltimore. I like CC tonight, but if I did, it would be the usual Mancini and Jones and those guys. But I don't see myself really taking Baltimore that much. Definitely a Yankee stack with almost a 6-run total. That's ridiculous. Mets, Washington, DeGrom, Ross. Obviously, everybody's going to be on DeGrom tonight at 12.1. That's a lot. So, and against a lefty team, yes, obviously I love DeGrom, but this could be a good fade. I don't know. He doesn't get any run support, but he might against Joe Ross. I mean, shoot. They scored. How many runs did they score yesterday on Scherzer? I think it was like 4 or 5, right? Something like that. I don't even know. So I think if you want, obviously go with DeGrom, Conforto, Bruce, McNeil. Those are the guys I would take in that game. Washington, if you want to go, Harper, Soto, feel free. I won't. There's some rain in the Pittsburgh Milwaukee game, so make sure to take a look at that. Chacin versus Nova. I kind of really just like the bats. Yelich, Thames, if he plays. You can take Dickerson. Moran for cheapie if you want. Adam Frazier. These are guys I would take. But again, make sure to watch the weather because I think that one has some weather issues. Tampa, Toronto. These teams are rough, man. I mean, I guess we got to go with Tampa because they're hot streaking. Chow's always a good bet to take. Kiermaier, Wendell. Those are guys I like on them. Toronto, you could go with Smoke, Morales. McKinney, but I don't know. That's kind of tough. You know, these games with the new relief staff is kind of always difficult to pick. Definitely more Tampa side than I am Toronto side, if that helps you. Um, Definitely not a Sean Reed Foley fan. Boston, Cleveland, the tale of the unknown. Boston just clinched last night. Cleveland already clinched. Sale and Bauer. Bauer coming back from injuries. Sale was on the DL. Will they throw more than 4 or 5 innings or 3 innings? You never know. How does it look for the bats? Is Boston going to play their regular bats now that they clinched? Is Cleveland going to play their regular bats now? With them not having to. It's just September baseball, guys. It's not the easiest. So, it's kind of a flip a coin, see what happens. I think I would probably be more on the Cleveland side, only because Sales, they're not going to push Sale because now that they clinch, they want to, rest him for the playoffs. He can get his bullpen sessions in, so they're going to go to relief. Cleveland can do. Bauer's not going to be pushed tonight at all either, so you might just want to stack these teams and base, the lineups. But look at the lineups. I mean, how long is Betts and JD gonna play? Are they gonna get sub 4? Are they gonna be out early because they're gonna be given rest now that the playoffs are gonna be around? Wow, that's tough. Good luck with that, guys. I think. Oh wow. Honestly, for me, that could be just a full fade game. Reality is that could be a full. Get rid of all the high salaries that they have and don't take it. Play people that are going to play. This Kansas City Detroit game, they got a 9-run total, probably the highest on the board. Why not play them? Ian Kennedy versus Lariano. Yesterday, I think we saw 9. What was it? 9-7, 11-7 final, 11-8. They're going to score runs, both of these teams. Play Detroit. Play Kansas City. Merrifield. Castellano. Play those guys. If Goodwin's in the lineup, play him. Actually, it's lefty on lefty. Well, he's a switch, so still look at this game and play it. Get the top 5 guys in the lineup and run with Detroit, Kansas City. Cincinnati, Miami, Chen versus Castillo. I like Luis Castillo. At 8.5 against Miami. Miami sucks usually. Chen's not that bad. Suarez for the Reds. That's really about it. I don't really like this game at all. With a 7.5 run total, they're looking at a low scoring game. So that's what I'm looking at. Philadelphia, Atlanta. Pivetta versus Tehran. Oh, God. What do you possibly do with this game? I mean, both of these pitchers could do well. Both of these pitchers can get lit up. The question is, what do you do? My first glance says take the Philly bats and Pivetta. That's my first glance. But Atlanta's playing for Atlanta's a good team. They got a bunch of lefty bats on there. They could get to Pivetta and light him up. But I think this game's tough. This is like another crapshoot. These pitchers are like crapshoots. His offenses are like crapshoot. I could see like a 5-4 game, but I think I'm more on Philly side than I am Atlanta. But I don't know. That's tough. I think we go Atlanta. I think we go Philly. But I mean, obviously, don't be afraid to put the Atlanta bats in there. Seattle, Texas is going to be a rain out. It's 89% rain up until midnight when there's like 97%, 90%, 90%. This game will be rained out. If it plays, I'd be shocked. It does have a 10.5 run total. You would play both of these offenses. This will probably be made up as a doubleheader tomorrow. Play Texas offense, play Seattle offense tomorrow if this game is rained out. You heard it here first. Play these offenses, Seattle and Texas, tomorrow because tonight it's going to be rained out. Houston, Texas, this Garrett Cole day. Take Garrett Cole, against an Angel team that's not really good. On the flip side, if you want to go against Haney, Haney, I really don't mind. Houston's got a 4.91 run total. Oh my God, these games are rough today. You want to go Altuve, Carrera, Springer, then you go it. But, Cole's definitely going to be your top pitcher tonight, I think. I'm not taking anybody on the Angels offense. On the flip side, I'm pretty much probably Houston until I find a better game. San Francisco, St. Louis, Gant versus Bumgarner, another tough matchup. Obviously, Gant's a nice little play here because I always play against the Giants because they suck. Bumgarner could shut down the Cardinals. He's not bad at 8.2, K. He is facing a right-handed heavy St. Louis team, but he could shut them down. I guess the value here would probably be Gant. I like against the Giants. I don't like either offenses in this game. Colorado, Arizona. Wow. Tonight is tough. Greinke versus Marquez. A lot of people are going to be on Greinke. A lot of people are going to be on Marquez. Wow. Hitting is going to be rough today, guys. I see it already. It's going to be rough. I like both pitchers. I hate both offenses. If I had to go more on one, I probably would go more Arizona offense than I would Colorado. But I think this is a stay away offense game for me. I hate that I'm saying stay away from everything, a lot of offenses, but these are rough. Tonight's going to be a rough one. If the scores are around, 160, 170, I'd be surprised. Only because the pitcher's going to get you a lot of money, a lot of points, and the batters, you're going to have to hope somebody jumps out, and helps you out. Minnesota, Oakland, Jose Perez versus Hendricks. Obviously, this is a game where you can stack Minnesota. Minnesota looks like a really good play here. Rosario, Kepler, Polanco. Those are the guys you want in your lineup against Oakland. If you want to go Oakland against Perez, you can go Olsen, Davis. Piscotty's been hitting. Those are the guys I would want, but I'm more Minnesota in this game. Also because I want Oakland to lose because the Yankees need to gain more ground. So definitely go Minnesota a lot. I would definitely go Minnesota a lot here against Liam Hendricks. He's not really good. Eric Lauer versus Hill. Okay, so now we're getting into a little bit of batters that we can really take a look at. I like Rich Hill a lot here today at 9.2. San Diego's offense is bad. The Dodgers, obviously we're going to go with right-handed heavy with them. You take your Machados, you take your Taylors, you take your Puigs, you take your Justin Turner. Those are the guys you want to go against with Lauer. Those are the guys I'll have. So I think the last two games, you can go for a little late night hammer and go Minnesota Dodger offense. You can get some of those guys, some of those high priced pitchers. I don't expect Kepler to be a high priced player. I don't expect, Polanco to be high. I'm not sure what they are. I'm taking a look as we speak. So, but definitely you want to get your Dodgers in there also. Obviously they're playing for stuff. So, we want them in. I just want to see what Kepler is as we talk. He's somebody who I like. 2,300. He's somebody that I think we need to get in our lineups. Obviously, get him in your lineup. He's definitely who we want. Chris Taylor is 3,000. He's a good play. He's a good play tonight. But it's a Minnesota day for me. Woo, go Twinkies. If you're in here, say something. I see 3 people been in here the whole time. No one's saying anything. Any questions, comments? Say something. But that's. I mean, guys, I don't do hour-long podcasts. I mean, I probably could. I could probably sit here and talk for like an hour, 2 hours. I mean, I love talking sports, so I mean, we could do this all day long. But I like to go through the games, tell you who I like, things that things that bother me. Obviously, Cleveland is awful. But we just keep doing what we do. What did I talk? Oh, you're right. I pretty much didn't talk about NFL yet. So let's talk a little bit NFL. Sorry, my man. I didn't even think about it. I was in my Jets rant, so I was talking about the Jets and how bad they are, and but some obviously what we're gonna look at this week are some of the NFL games that I really really like and players that I really really like. I'm gonna run it down real quick. Let's see, real quick. Let me just switch tabs real quick. 1 second, so I can get into NFL and talk about things I like and go, game by game so that you have them. So let's see. Okay, let's do it the other way then because this isn't working. So let's see. I'm going to do it on my phone so that we can talk a little bit about plays that I like, plays that I don't like. All right, obviously. Okay. Obviously, big first game is New Orleans and Atlanta. It's not difficult here, guys. It's not. This is going to be a high-powered shootout. Breeze, Kamara, Michael Thomas is going to be on top of my list for everything. Atlanta's defense stinks. I'm not taking them. Don't take them. They're awful. On the flip side, you got your Matt Ryan, your Julio Jones, and Tevin Coleman. A guy, if you want to take Sano, you could take him. Mohamed Sano. If you want to take Ridley, I think he's like $5,000 on Facebook. I mean, on FanDuel. He's not a bad pick today, this weekend. But that's going to be a game where you're going to want to obviously stack teams if you can. It's hard this week because there's not a lot of value. Unless some value opens up, I didn't really see much. There is a wide receiver that we'll talk about later that I think it shows us some value, but those are the guys we're looking at. San Francisco, Kansas City is going to be a big game. Richard Sherman's good though, right? So, do we fade? Do we fade Tyreek Hill? Mahomes has got a good cannon, but do we look at more of Watkins than we do Tyreek Hill? It's something to think about, guys. Kareem Hunt is actually in the mix as well. I might fade Tyreek Hill. They put Richard Sherman on him. He might get shut down. So I definitely think that Watkins is probably a better play here. On the flip side, if you want to go Garoppolo, Kansas City just gave up 37 points, but obviously it was to a good Pittsburgh team. He uses his tight end Greg Little a lot. I'm not really big on him, but San Francisco doesn't. You can go with their running back in Breida. He's low priced, but I have him in some, but not really. I'm more Kansas City, obviously. Oakland, Miami. It's a tough one. Are they going to let Carr throw the ball? Is he going to, Miami's doesn't have a bad defense. On the flip side, you can do Tannehill. You can do. I hate Miami. I do. There's nothing else I can say. I hate Miami. This game to me is probably a stay away game. I probably won't touch it much. I don't like the players in it. I think there's just way too many more options. Buffalo, Minnesota. Everybody and their mother is going to be on Minnesota. Everybody's going to have Cousins, Watkins, Rudolph. But the running back's going to be big here. I think that they can run against Buffalo, and their running back is low priced, and they kind of say questionable, but I don't think he's questionable. So I think he's somebody that you really want to get in your lineups. Dalvin Cook, he's somebody who I'll have. Definitely. He's low priced. Indianapolis, Philly, Carson Wentz is back. Not sure what we're going to get from him. If he's good, take him and Aguilar. If Ajayu's not hurt, take him. On the flip side, you can go with Luck. I really just don't like Indianapolis, so I really don't take them. Green Bay, Washington. This is going to be, this is where I said, we could have a low owned, and low price. You're gonna have to look for value. So Aaron Rodgers, obviously he's got a good wide receiving core with Devontae Adams and Cobb. But if he's been throwing to Greg Allison, so might as well, at 5,000, why not? He'll, if he gets 6 or 7 looks and gets 80 yards or 70 yards, he could be a good little value play for us. So I have him. I'm taking him against Washington. I think that Washington's gonna be on the other wide receivers, and Allison's gonna get a lot of looks. On the flip side, Alex Smith is always, not a bad option. Jordan Reed. I'm not really a Washington guy. Carolina, Cincy. This is a tough game. I think if you want to go anywhere, you're probably going to go on the Carolina side with Funchess and Cam and McCaffrey. I don't, Cincinnati. You can go Dalton. Everybody's going to be on AJ Green, so I like Boyd. He's low priced, and he gives me another wide receiver that I know might get receptions from somebody who's, while everybody's worrying about AJ Green, why not? They don't really have to worry about the running back because Bernard is starting this week, but not really somebody I'm really looking at. So remember, Boyd, Allison. That those are the two guys I'm looking at for low owned wide receivers. You could stack your running backs and you know put those two guys in there and not be that bad. Tennessee, Jacksonville. You know, this is obviously I like Jacksonville defense. I don't like Tennessee offense. I don't like Tennessee anything. You can go Bortles if you want. You can go Keenan Cole. Um, depends on what Fournette's doing. He's probably more likely he's out. But Jacksonville's a good pick here, I think, against Tennessee. Although I probably just fade this game because I don't like it. I just think there's better options. Denver, Baltimore. To me, this is a stay away game. I don't like either team. Baltimore has a good defense. Denver has decent defense. Denver's offense hasn't really shown me much. Baltimore's offense hasn't really shown me much. So, if you want to take the usual, you can go with Flacco. You can go with Keenum. You can go with Sanders. You can go with, guys like that. But it's not me. I'm not. This is probably for the 1:00 games. This is probably definitely a fade game with the New Orleans games being so big and me liking some of the other games. Giants, Houston. Watson's got to figure it out sometime. Why not now against a bad Giants team? Watson, Hopkins. If Fuller's in, get him in there. They can't guard everybody. Giants side, Barkley and Beckham. That's really it for me. I don't Ingram if you want a low tight end. I don't really like that game that much. A lot of 1:00 games this week, huh? Chargers, Rams. This is tough. The Rams defense is good. The Chargers offense is good. Something's got to give. I kind of faded the Chargers this week, but Gordon and Keenan Allen and Rivers, they're good. I'm going to be interested to watch this game and see what goes on. On the flip side, I like the Rams. Gurley's going to be in my lineups. He's very, very good. The Chargers can't stop him. Cup's going to be in there. Golf's going to be in there. These are, obviously, I like the Rams a little bit more than I like the Chargers. But, watching the Chargers play against the Rams defense is what going to be most interesting to me. As of right now, I'm fading the Chargers offense, which could bite me in the ass, but that's what I'm doing. Chicago, Arizona. Never will I play Arizona. Never, never, never. Chicago's defense is very good. I have them in everything. At 4,300 on FanDuel, they're a steal. Obviously, all they have to do is worry about the run because we want Sam Bradford to throw to whoever. He's got nobody. Fitzgerald's done pretty much, in my opinion. On the flip side, if you want to go Chicago, you can go Allen Robinson. You can go Jordan Howard. But, I'm more Chicago than I am Arizona. Dallas, Seattle is a tough game. I think I'm more Dallas here than I am Seattle, which, obviously is not an easy one. You could take Elliott. On the flip side, if you want to go Wilson, if you want to, I don't like that game at all. Lockett. But I'm more Dallas than I am Seattle. Sunday night game is New England, Detroit. Obviously, I hope New England loses. I want Detroit to do well. Will that happen? No. The big question here is, do we throw to Josh Gordon, how much he plays? If he plays a lot, get him in your lineups. Brady to him is going to be very, very lethal. But Detroit's going to be keen on it, I'm sure. So they might go Hogan. Hogan might open up for a lot of, if everybody's looking at Gordon, Hogan could have a big game here, and so can Gronk. Those guys didn't have. Those guys were the key last week, so everybody keyed on them. Detroit, you can go Stafford. If you want to, Tate. But New England's always seems like they're well prepared and their defense is well prepared. So I kind of stay away from the offenses against them. Last game, Monday night game's obviously going to be a huge game. It's going to be a money breaker game. I love Pittsburgh. The biggest play for me obviously is going to be Jesse James. I know if at 4,600, I think he's an absolute steal. I'll have him in every lineup probably as my tight end. I just will. Tampa's not going to stop him. Nobody thinks about him. Everybody looks at Brown and Smith-Schuster. Jesse James is going to be the play. Get him at 4,600. It gives you cap space. If you take Chicago and Jesse James, it gives you a lot of opportunity to get high-priced players. You're still going to have to do a little bit of, flipping and flopping with your wide receivers, but obviously Connor's a play. On the flip side, if you want to take Fitzmagic, I don't know how long it's going to last, but he's a play. Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, those are the guys I'm taking, but not a surprise. But that's about it for me. I hope that helps you guys with whatever you guys are doing in FanDuel or DraftKings or anything that you're doing. I appreciate all the support. Get with me on Top 10 FanDuel on Twitter. My prices are really low. My winning's very high. NBA's coming. NFL's here. MLB has been rocking. We put up another 200 score last night. So, just join us. We're good to go. But I appreciate you guys all listening. I appreciate, the support. And I hope you guys all kick ass, man. FanDuel's a family. Fantasy's a family. And, let's just do it together. And congrats to the dude who won $82,000 on the field goal. FanDuel should have definitely paid him, and I'm glad he got it and didn't have to go through the whole nonsense. It wasn't his error. It was FanDuel's. So that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Holla at me. Let me know if I'm doing good, what I could change. Like me on Twitter, like me here, like me anywhere. I'm just a normal, honest dude who just loves fantasy and loves doing what I do. Y'all be good, all right? Did I just say y'all? Damn. Out.